ka, may siya bơi ka, may siya bơi ka, may siya bơi ka. Welcome, everyone. It's Atira here, and I'd love to warmly welcome you to mini lecture 3, where we're going to dive deeper into the third category of psychedelic integration called From Me to We. So, again, take some time to set yourself up, find a comfortable position, and take some time to notice your relationship to the ground beneath you, feeling the support of the earth under your feet or under your sit bones, to find your breath and to allow your energy to settle into the support that is beneath you. Enjoy your breath here. And whenever you're ready, we will start with our lecture. So this third category of integration is one of my favorite integration categories, and it's called From Me to We. So moving it from the individual and taking your gifts out into the world is one way of summarizing this category of integration. Now, depending on a person's spiritual commitment and also their level of maturity, the third level of integration may emerge, especially as we progress along the path of healing, plant medicine, and also integrating our own trauma imprints, clearing our cupboards. So this category of integration entails bringing our gifts and what we've learned from our own plant medicine experiences, and also most of the time other skills that we have learned both professionally and also personally out into the world. So this is where we take our strengths, our lessons, the things that we have learned about on our integration journey that we've walked, and we take that all into realizing and actualizing our full potential. And here in this place, this third category, we really present as our whole selves here. And perhaps here it might be a good time to take a pause, because if you are in this, training program, perhaps you've been attracted to this program because this is the category that you may be entering right now. You have a desire to help and assist and support other people in their process, learning new skills. So sometimes these categories like shadow work, clearing the cupboard, and also From Me to We can overlap. But a lot of plant medicine experiences with such folks, their experiences in the altered state of consciousness are about connecting to resources and also having visions or desires about helping other people, of being of service. So in this category, it is common for participants to have been engaged in the process of healing and personal development for some time. They are longtime wayfarers of the medicines, because in order to really walk and, this path of integrity, we need to have a really strong personal relationship with the medicines that we are offering integration to. So they're starting to really transition from focusing on their own self-healing more to how can I be of selfless service to another person. So a lot of the time they have walked the shadow work path for some time. They have moved through that canal, and they are emerging with greater compassion, love, acceptance for themselves and also others. Usually, these individuals have cultivated a way of being which is in alignment to what is truly important, not just to themselves as individuals, but also to the larger community and the world at large. As we start to heal our own trauma imprint, it is very common that we start to develop a greater sense of empathy and connection to other people, right? Because we're not so self-absorbed in our own, experiences. So there is a deep pull, or there is also a deep desire that comes from the heart space of being of service. And this pull and this desire doesn't come from our sense of, our egoic kind of, wanting to be in this role because we think that, it's the right place to be. But Rather, we are stepping into this place because we have connected to a source of unconditional love. And we can access this at any time in our souls, in our spirits, and in our bodies. And when we connect to this place of unconditional love, we want to share that with other people. And this is the motivation of going from me to going to we. On a transpersonal level, what this could look like is a deeper integration or an expression of our soul's gifts and strengths into our present day reality. On the physical level, what this might look like might be going to a training like what you're doing now, perhaps learning some new skills, training and tools and techniques that can really support others on their journey. Because in order to be a healer, we really need to be up-leveling ourselves all the time. Learning new material, keeping in touch with, what's kind of emerging in the field of healing, but also staying connected to our own healing process as well, and finding the balance of staying in connection with ourselves and our own process, as well as connecting to others and sharing our gifts and our strengths with others as well. So this phase of the process can be seen as a new life in the hero's journey, right? When we have gone through that cycle of descent, and then we're emerging into a new life where we bring together some new gifts that have been given to us on that process and in that adventure. This is when we've embodied our learnings from the plants and our psychedelic experiences. We have reached a certain maturity in our psychological, emotional, and spiritual path, and we're deeply called to use what we have learned to assist others who might be experiencing a similar journey. This could look like a new life path or a new career path that is much more congruent with our true selves. And your role as an integration practitioner for clients who are in this category of integration may include, number one, reconnecting them to their inner resources. Yeah, these experiences in the plant medicine ceremonies where they are given a vision, right? A vision of service, a vision of how they can use their strengths and their gifts for others. It might be connecting them to certain parts of themselves, like in category 1, clearing the cupboard, but in a different way. So it might be connecting them to their higher selves, to this part that is full of unconditional love, service, and a part that is so full and so whole that we want to share that with other people. It could also be helping them to reconnect through their body to outer resources as well. People that can help them to be accountable to take responsibility for this new change that they want to create. Mentors that can mentor them in walking ahead with their vision. It could be assisting them to get clear about their vision of their new life as they move from me to we. It could be exploring practices that can support their strength and also their courage to walk a new path of heart, because it is really scary sometimes to break out of our comfort zone and to do something different. So fears and doubts are definitely going to come, but it's around creating a new relationship with them, where we are walking with our fears and our doubts, we're acknowledging them, but we're kind of choosing to move ahead with our decisions and this grander, bigger vision of life. And it's actually through overcoming these fears and these doubts where we start to cultivate the inner qualities that we need to step up to be the healer and the support people that we truly can be from that place of unconditional love that is free from our egos, that are free from our limiting beliefs. Part of our role as integration practitioners for this category could also include creating an action plan with participants that is feasible and also doable so that they can reach their goals. And also supporting them to acknowledge their fears and their doubts, helping them to overcome that and becoming an encouraging kind of source of support for them. This category of integration, which can be fun, it can be also scary at times because our fears and our doubts might come in. However, it can also be hugely rewarding And it can also bring a lot of fulfillment in our own lives and a lot of fulfillment for you witnessing somebody being here on that path. It personally brings me so much joy when I work with people in this category and being able to celebrate their achievements. And, so many of my clients are living a truer, path of heart rather than before as compared to as before. As we enter almost the end of our mini lecture 3, here is a summary of our notes and what we have learned today. So we are really talking about this integration category called from me to we, and this emerges based on our own spiritual commitment and maturity on the path. A lot of this category is around bringing our gifts into the world, sharing insights, plant medicine learning, and professional skills. This category is also around authenticity and alignment, so that as we walk this path, we are presenting as our true and whole selves. And usually this path is aligned with our own personal values. It connects with people from the community and also global importance as well. This is a place of service and also unconditional love. And there is a desire to serve from this place, the source of unconditional love that we are connected to within ourselves and not a place of ego. There are transpersonal and physical levels here as well. It might include integrating our soul's gifts that we have perhaps created from many lifetimes into our present modern day reality. And on the physical level, it could also mean learning some new skills, some tools, some techniques like you're all doing here in this program in order to support other people. Our role as integration practitioners here in this category of integration is very much around reconnecting folks to their inner and outer resources through their nervous system, helping them to clarify their quote-unquote me to we kind of vision, exploring supportive practices for them, creating a feasible action plan, and also addressing and acknowledging fears and doubts and perhaps limiting beliefs that might come on the path as well. And throughout all of this, we're really offering encouragement, self-belief, and also layers of support to the person so that they can start to walk this path and make it a reality. There's nothing better than that, really, in the world when we can change our own reality and create a new life for ourselves. As we reach the end of our mini lecture today, here are some reflection questions that I would love for you to take some time to slow down, to pause, and to go within. Here, as you go within, to connect to your inner landscape, that place of thoughts, sensations, emotions, and energy. Take a moment to ask yourself this question. What landed for me in this mini lecture today? Did this category of psychedelic integration resonate with me? And if so, in what way? Take a few moments to reflect on your own me to we integration journey. What has been your resources during this time? What are your fears and challenges? What has helped you to move from me to we? Feel free to take some time, as long as you like, to record and to journal down, to write down your inner reflections. Yeah, and this is also part of the integration process to move our, from our this place of sensing, this place of knowing, this place of feeling, and our thoughts, to actually articulate that into language can be really, really helpful for the integration process as well. We are at the end of Module 3, Mini Lecture 3. We have finished and completed this module, which are around the 3 categories of psychedelic integration. Again, I'm so happy that you're here joining me and all these other students on our adventure. And thank you so much for your kind attention again today. Be well and blessings.
baika